So a very strange transition coming from the animal shelter to the Old City Cemetery. Now this is Newton Booth.
Newton Booth was a lawyer, merchant, and a politician. This native of Indiana became one of our state's most artful statesmen. He was elected state senator in 1862, California's 11th governor in 1872, and United States senator in 1873. His business firm, Booth and Company, was located on Front Street between J and K.
Oh, very interesting. Sutter. John A. Sutter Jr.
Realized history. Buried August 6, 1988, to be resurrected and opened August 6, 2088.
2088?
It's a time capsule.
Wow.
Still got 79 years.
This is the founder and planner of the city of Sacramento, 1848. Died in port of Acapulco, Mexico. American consul for 24 years.
He died in Acapulco, Mexico in 1997.
Really? Interesting. First mayor of Sacramento.
What this means then. This is like his original stone, it looks
That's
like.
his original stone.
He died in Acapulco.
Too much of that
And
Acapulco
then-
gold.
Reinterred in Sacramento. The considered his only surviving daughter. Disagreement with his father over the town would cause him to leave in 1850.
Oh. Here's the first mayor. Interesting. In the squatter riot in Sacramento in August 1850. Died of 41 years. 1782 and died April 30th, 1825, it looks like. Interesting. I don't know who this person is.
1825?
I think it's, 1825.
1823.
This one is, let's say, 1791,
1791 to
1829, 1823.
Or 9.
I don't know. Baby! Alright, so this is George Wright. I can step on this.
George Wright. He was a graduate of West Point in 1822. His battlefield gallantry earned him commendations from the Seminole War in Florida to the Mexican War to the Indian campaigns in the Pacific Northwest.
Really?
His loyalty to the Union also earned him President Lincoln's appointment as military commander of the entire Pacific coast during the Civil War.
Wow.
Lovely and pleasant in their lives and in their death, they were not divided.
Interesting. So this was established in 1849. The first 10 acres were donated by John A. Sutter. Pretty cool. We are in the middle of Sacramento, guys. It's pretty neat, isn't it? Little history. We both didn't have to work today, so that's why we're just out and about.
That looks like something from Indiana Jones.
It does.
They have to put the tablets together, find out what they mean. Can't read it though.
Yeah. Now this is a cool headstone. I still live. Samuel Austin Ratcliffe.
Selma Alice Brown died January 27, 1898. 1 year, 6 months, 7 days old.
Aw. And then, in case the dead people need some mail, there's a mailbox right there. So who's this, Lisa?
Doesn't say, it just says this is the old wooden headboard. It's one of the few remaining examples of carved headboards left in the city cemetery. Wood, very plentiful and far less costly, was an alternative to expensive marble and granite stones. At one time, there were thousands of headboards in the cemetery. Today, only a few have survived.
Wow.
Looks like there's a name under it. Sophie K. Niece.
Huh. And we have a broken one here. Something happened. Probably time. Probably vandals. Edwin Bryant Crocker.
Lawyer, politician, patron of the arts. Although remembered primarily for his passion for art and building the finest art gallery west of Mississippi, he was also a justice on California State Supreme Court in 1863 and chief counselor for the Central Pacific Railroad Company from 1864 to 1869.
Interesting. So we got this cool pamphlet.
Oh yeah. Self-guided tour.
Self-guided tour. So yeah, whenever you hear the Crockett Art Museum. This is the high point of the cemetery.
The highest point in this cemetery may also be the highest elevation in Sacramento as well. During the flood of 1861, the cemetery served as a safe haven from high waters. That's interesting. Hundreds of tents were described as being visible on its heels.
This is the high point.
The highest point in Sacramento? Possibly, maybe?
Possibly, maybe.
Very interesting.
Interesting. It's actually very interesting.
See everything in the
In the vicinity.
general vicinity.
We don't know anything about this guy, but we just know he was a captain. We don't know when. Jesse Haycock.
Arriving here in 1849, Haycock, a native of Boston, Massachusetts, was a victim of the... How do you even pronounce that word?
Cholera? Come on, it was English major. How did I know how to pronounce that and she didn't?
Because I'm not up on my diseases. You know the names of all the diseases because you're afraid you're going to get them. Actually, there really isn't much about him.
Really? He didn't do anything cool?
Nope. He just died.
He just died?
He just came from Boston and died.
Huh. 1850 something? David Tryon, 1790 to 1871, veteran of the War of 1812. I'm sure you guys want to read all this. So he carried the banner of his country to victory. He died on February 23rd, 1871, at the age of 81. Interesting.
Oh.
Interesting. Eternal life. This is the pioneer section over here. So we got all the pioneers that came here. Good times. There's so much here to show you. I can't show you everything, but we're doing the guided tour, so I'll show you. We'll show you all the stuff on the tour. All right, Mark Hopkins.
Mark Hopkins was a 49er and one of the railroad's legendary Big Four and treasurer of the California Pacific Railroad. He's entombed in this magnificent 350-ton granite structure that dominates the Pioneer section. He died March 29th, 1878 and was buried in San Francisco until the completion of his tomb in 1880. It's crazy, it wasn't even done when he died.
Yeah.
It took him 2 years.
So he must have made a lot of money on the gold rush. General A.M. Wynne, born April 27, 1810, died August 26, 1883.
He was elected to Sacramento's first city council in 1849 and selected as his president. He was
Interesting.
ex officio the first mayor of Sacramento, but unlike Bigelow, he was now elected directly to the office. He would later found the Native Sons of the Golden West. His monument is the cemetery's tallest.
Wow. Right, who's this?
This is William Stephen Hamilton, the youngest son of Alexander Hamilton, first treasurer of the United States. He came to California in 1849 and died here in Sacramento, August 7th, 1850. He is the cemetery's most restless resident. He died once in 1850, was exhumed twice, 1877 and 1899, was buried 3 times in 3 different locations.
Wow. Alexander Hamilton. That's just my dad. 1797 and died 1850. Got land that goes that way. Aged 30 years. He's a doctor. What have I done with my life? I'm a fake doctor. Anson Macro. So last time I took a tour here, it was during Halloween a couple years ago. They said at this tree, I believe it was this tree, there's been a lot of orbs that are found and whatnot, you know. I'm not really a person to think that orbs are real. Orbs are usually dust caught by the camera. So I don't really believe, you know, that, oh, look, there's an orb. All right, well, there's also dust in the air. So it's kind of funny. So yeah, we got a couple more to look at, and then we're going to take off. We're going to go to our friend Ducky's house pretty soon. And it's her birthday.
Happy birthday, Ducky!
Oh my God.
Totally ran
He scared the crowd out of me.
The crowd?
The crowd. Wait, why is this one,
Because he's a zombie.
He's a zombie?
They don't want him, that's why they put the tree there too, to make it harder. Because the roots are gonna make it harder for him to climb out, you know? Yeah, see, that
So this
is
is
the
the
symbol.
This is the old Masonic cemetery. And we're not going in there because obviously there's water being placed everywhere. But Masons, secret handshaker Masons. This guy got free. He's a zombie. He's out walking around. Friends! Ah! Friends! So we can't get to this guy, but this is who?
Governor John Bigler. He was elected to California's first legislature in 1849 and became the first Speaker of the Assembly. He was elected the state's 3rd governor in 1852 and re-elected in 1854, being the only governor to serve more than 1 term from 1849 until 1939. As governor, he was instrumental in bringing the capital here to stay in 1854, so he's responsible for the capital being in Sacramento.
Interesting. Thank you, buddy. This one's broken.
This plot has been adopted by Mr. and Mrs. Toy and family. That's knocked over, that's knocked over. Great job, guys.
Good job, Toy. This is erected in the memory of our soldier of dead. Sorry, guys, I'm gonna step on you. So,
this is the Grand Army of the Republic Memorial. Dedicated in 1889, the Grand Army Monument is reputed to have been the first Civil War memorial in the state of California.
You see that?
On the other side.
Sorry, guys.
Nothing.
Nothing.
You can see up the skirt.
Let's get a gun too.
Pretty cool.
It's pretty cool, huh, guys? We're not quite certain, but I think this might be the oldest one. We can't really find it. It's one of those hard ones. We're looking for James T. who?
James T. Homans.
James T. Homans.
Captain James T. Homans.
What'd he do?
He doesn't really say what he did. Just says this is the earliest known burial in the city cemetery. Captain Homans died July 20th, 1849, and was initially buried in the tier grounds located in the front of the cemetery. When his son died in 1858, Mrs. Homans purchased this lot and had her husband and son buried together. Stone is circa 1858, so the son is buried too. Son died in 1858.
1858. February 20th, 1858.
Doesn't say the year or the date. It just says the year.
So, that's gotta be it, dude. I know, it's so hard to tell. So now we're headed to the last one, which is, if I remember correctly, this is the firefighters.
Mm-hmm.
The first firefighters of Sacramento, right?
Yes.
First firefighters of Sacramento.
Says Sacramento has the distinction of forming the first volunteer fire company in the state, organizing in February of 1850. The gallant volunteers served until 1872. Fire bell cast in 1859 in Sheffield, England, came around the horn and was placed in service in 1863.
And
Look at the lovely fire bell.
This is the fire bell. Lovely. Awesome. Coolness. Liquors and Company, 1859. Interesting. And then we have all the firemen. Right. We have all the firemen in here. And the batteries are almost dead. Pretty cool. So that is the last stop on the tour. I'm sure there's a lot that is left out on the pamphlet. Cause I remember them saying some other stuff when we did the tour before, and because I took a guided tour. I remember them saying some other stuff, about different people and stuff like that. So pretty cool though. Hope you guys enjoyed that. All right, we're on our way home to go feed the dog, because our trip that was only supposed to last about a half an hour took longer than that.
We were just supposed to go to the animal services and get Luna's license. That's it.
We ended up looking at animals and looking at dead people. So, awesome. See you guys later. Bye.